Hello guys. I'm just gonna wait a little bit for people to join in. And then we'll start. Give me a sec. Okay. Alright. Have you guys come to see your favorite monster get tiered by me? Alright, let's make some more rolls here. Each tier should be hang on. Yeah, each tier is gonna be the last one. So dog water. D will be bad. It's bad. Not great. Let's add one more. Because this game deserves an S+, because there are some fights in this game that are just fucking incredible, so... Let's call it peak, okay? Alright. Let's start. Okay, let's start with the bottom, okay? Okay, bottom. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Lagombi. Okay, so you guys saw this coming because it's on the thumbnail, obviously, but dude, Lagombi is such a bad monster. I genuinely, like, it's always been the fucking terrible monster, probably the worst one out of the Bear trio. Because Azeroth is like the first one, like you cannot like, you know, he's like the OG, right? Azeroth is okay, like he's a fine beginner monster. Volvidon is supposed to be like the other one of the three, and he's like okay. And then you have Lagombi, which is just... He's so bad, dude. It's just so bad. Also, hello everyone in the chat, I forgot to say hello. Hello everyone who joined. Okay, I'm not gonna stay longer on this guy because he's just terrible. Okay, next one is Great Baggy. Okay, Great Baggy is just what I wish they did with Great Baggy was at least in Sunbreak, because you know he's a low tier trash raptor, right? Like he's gonna be dog shit. But I wish they went the extra mile in Sunbreak and they gave him the same speed boost that he got in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate in G rank. I don't know if you guys remember how fast Great Baggy was in 3 Ultimate. He was so insanely fast. All of them, actually, all of the raptors in that game were fucking fast in G rank, but Great Baggy was actually kind of a menace. There's a double Great Baggy quest in Wii U that's actually, they can give you a little bit of trouble, you know? But they didn't do that in this game, so down here he goes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little one. Okay, next one, Baroth. Okay, so Baroth is weird because I love Baroth. Baroth is an amazing monster, but the transition they did for Baroth to Monster Hunter World, it's just so bad. Like, Baroth is like the saddest monster. Like, seriously, they made him like so bad. So slow, so ugly. Like, he's just brown now. He used to be like orange and, you know, like, he wasn't pretty. He's like, but you know, he looked cool with the orange, like the very vibrant orange, right? And now he's ugly, he's slow, his moveset is just average. His speed, which was one of the best things about Baroth, was his speed. Because he was supposed to be like a starter monster, right? But he was like tough, you know, he was like Yan Kutku. He was like Yan Kutku, where he was like your first, let's say, teacher, right? I think that's what Baroth was supposed to be in Monster Hunter Tri. And I don't know, he just lost all of that. They just made him like so much slower, so much more predictable. He's just in a really bad spot. You know, I don't like Baroth. Well, I don't like Baroth in Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter World. And I really dislike Rise for keeping him that way, too. Like, this isn't like just a World problem. I'm just gonna say it, this is a Rise problem as well. Rise didn't change Baroth, they kept him as bad as he was in World, and that is just unfortunate. I'm gonna order this a bit. Okay, Baroth is like at the top of the dog water tier. Okay, let's just say that. Next one, let's get to the bad tier. Kidzu. Kidzu is okay. I could put him in average, honestly. Kidzu is just... I don't know, Kidzu is such like a fight that you just completely forget. His moveset is fine. Definitely slower than he used to be as well. I don't know if you guys remember, same thing, but in the old generations, Kidzu was much faster when he entered Rage mode. The whole... I would almost say that's the whole gimmick about Kidzu, is that when he's like normal, he's just really slow, very predictable, and when he enters Rage mode, he just becomes so much faster for some reason. And Kidzu could give you some trouble, you know? Especially because he does Thunder Blight. But in this game, he's just fucking average. His hit zones are still shit. He's not a satisfying monster to kill. He's just there. It's just fucking Kidzu. Like, everyone knows him at this point. Let's see. Bazarios. Okay, I do like. Okay, there's one thing about these two that I like. Keizu and Bazarios are like the only monsters we have left, at least in Rise. Maybe they'll come back in the future. But they are the only monsters that we have in 5th gen that still have like the very old, like Gen 1 flying wyvern animations. So I feel very nostalgic when I fight these two because they, like Gravios has the, Bazarios has the old roar. They both have the same head flinch animation where they like wiggle their head. I don't know, they have like a, they just strike me as very nostalgic monsters. So, and Bazarios, I do like the way they reworked him. He's okay, like the whole hitting mechanic that makes his hit zones better is good. But he's just, you know, he's a fucking Gen 1 fight, right? They didn't change him much. He's just very, very... He's just there. It's like kids, they are just there. These two, you just completely forgot they even exist, you know? So yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna put R0s there, because I just talked about him. Where is he? Where is Arzuros? There he is. Arzuros is... They didn't change him at all, so you know, he's just bad. I'm not gonna expand on this one. Volbidon, same deal, just average monster. He didn't change much. You already fought him like 1,000 times, so he has like no new tricks, so you know him by heart. And yeah. So he's just not great. Let's see. I'm just gonna put all of the... Okay, you go here. You go here. They are shittier raptors. There's not much to say. I think Rogi is a bit better than Great Baggy because I think the Rogis that you fight alongside the Great Rogi are actually like bulkier than the Baggies, so they can be a bit more annoying. I think Poison is a bigger deal than Sleep. He has bigger area of effect compared to Great Baggy. So yeah, it's just there. It's just a fucking chicken. Pollo. And the other Pollo is okay. Kuluyaku is just... I do like the whole gimmick with the rock, but it's just so easy to ignore because his whole body is a weak point anyways, so... they did make him like a bit harder in Rise. Compared to World, he has a lot of tracking. He can deal big damage. I remember getting my ass kicked by the first afflicted Kuluyaku that I fought. I'm not even kidding. I think I cut it twice to my first afflicted Kuluyaku. He just wasn't joking around. But he's still a very, very average fight, so his pace is there. Let's see. Gyarados. I put him at the top. Gyarados is okay. They did make him a bit better. I don't know, there isn't much to say about it. He is better, definitely. The roar was a surprise to everyone. And they gave him a fucking roar. But he's still a fucking fish, you know? They are just like not very interesting fights. They are easy to topple. His feet are a weak point for some reason. So I don't care much about him. He's just not great. You hate fighting Bazarios? I think Bazarios is just okay. He's not a threat, that's the thing. The only attack that Bazarios has that can be a threat is the fucking wall, when he does the boulder charge. But other than that, he's fine. Funny how the devs had lower tracking than Sunbreak. Oh yeah, remember, there's still a few monsters that have ridiculous tracking, mainly Rajang with the beam and Magmadron. Magmadron has a tail slam that has more tracking than he has any right to have. It's fucking insane. He can 360 you no scope with the fucking tail slam, it's so weird. There is so much tracking on his move. The Rajang beam too has a lot of tracking. Okay, let's get to the average here. This is where things get just a bit more interesting, right? Put the spiders there. Rasen. Royal Wrath. This guy, I guess. Okay, let's talk about the spiders first. Raknakaraki is an interesting fight, but I do not like how there is so much stuff that is weird with this monster. The one thing that I don't like is her head hitbox, or rather her head hit zone. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you attack Raknakaraki's face when it's retracted, the hit zone basically does not exist. You are hitting some kind of weird invincible hit zone instead. That's like her claws or something. It's very weird. So the only time you can hit her head is when she like gets her head out when she's like roaring and stuff, or when she's toppled. And it's a bit annoying because the rest of her body does not have any good hit zones. And she's just ridiculously bulky for no reason. It's kind of weird. Fire Ragnar is like Fire Ragnar is like just a bit better. They did make her hit zones better. But then she becomes what do you call it, a punching bag because her hit zones are just better. She's very weak to water too. Even her front legs are a good shot hit zone. But the fight is it's better, you know. I like the tricks that Raknakaraki gets in Sunbreak a bit better than some of the tricks that Pyro Ragnar gets. I don't know, they are just like I find Nercilia, for example, Nercilia is such a more engaging fight than these two because she's fast. Like the whole gimmick of these two being like big fortresses with their minions. It's not that it's bad, it's just it's not very engaging. They're just very average fight. Racian. I love Racian, she's my probably third favorite monster in the series. Problem with Racian is that they just never change her. We are 5 generations in Monster Hunter and they're just not doing anything with Racian. I get that this Racian is supposed to be like your first really big monster, and they want to keep her an average and easy fight so that she doesn't kick your ass. But I wish they just give her some new stuff, you know, just give her some more new moves. She always does the same thing, it never changes. And it's really boring. She really deserves more, in my opinion. I mean, she's the fucking flagship of the series. Okay? Racian is the flagship of the series and they're just not doing much with her. It's just a little bit sad. I mean, she does have some cool subspecies, but I want the basic Racian to get more stuff. That's what I want. Yes, Racian is the true weapon tutorial, exactly. She's very good at it, but she needs more. She needs some help. I think she really needs a few moves like inherited from like Pink Racian or something. Even God Rathen. Give her some God Rathen moves. Just give her something. Help her. Okay, Royal Ludroth is very average. Another monster who is a bit slower than he used to be. But he has some okay patterns. Actually, thinking of putting him there. I might move down Royal Ludroth because he's... They gave him one new move, which is good. But one new move just doesn't cut it for me. And he taunts a lot. This monster taunts so much. He's a low tier monster. And they still make him taunt like 5 times throughout his moveset. Like if he does the double roll, for example, he's gonna taunt. If he does like the 2 punches, the 2 claw swipes, excuse me, he taunts. When he does the new attack, he taunts. He just taunts all the time. He has way too many openings. He needs some help too. Apex Noshi R0s is bad. He has the same hit zone gimmick as Red Helm R0s, where like his only weak point is like his head. His arms become a good weak point too, but then he's so tall that it's a bit hard to hit them. And then you cannot hit his legs or his back because he's very resistant. I need to fight this guy again to remember if he has as many openings as Redham when he does the big jump. But he has some decent patterns, you know, the claw swipe is very dangerous. It's actually crazy how fucked up that move is. Can absolutely fucking kill you. Because I think you're not invincible when he sends you in the air, so he can combo you. So he has a... You know, he has a... just a little bit of threat, you know, to him. He's fine. Okay, let's see who else goes there. Somnacanth. Okay, I'll put Somnacanth here because Somnacanth is just a very unique monster when it comes to the design alone. I like Somnacanth. I think this monster is very cool. But the problem with this fight is that she barely fights. If you go into a Somnacanth fight with sleep resistance, she basically cannot do shit to you. It's like if I took Alatrion. Okay, this is a big reach, but listen to me. It's like if I took Alatrion and I removed all of the elements in his moveset, and I just kept the physical moves. The charge, the slam, the claw swipe, the aerial dive, and that's it. It's exactly the same thing. If you fight Somnacanth without sleep resistance, she becomes like way too easy, like she cannot do anything to you. Because you can just sit in her sleep mist, and it doesn't even deal damage to you. And you can just pro through, you know. She also has a lot of weak points, she's very weak. But she's still a cool monster, at least, like, design-wise. So, this is why I put her here, at least. Let's see. Gratizuchi? Gratizuchi is the best raptor in the game. He's very weak, obviously, still a low tier raptor. But it's funny how he is actually just slightly more dangerous than the others, in my opinion. He's a bit faster. He has more range. His tail has more range than any of these guys. The minions are annoying. They have like 100 HP. Not 100, like 1000 HP for some reason. They can hit you too. They don't do a lot of damage, but they can be annoying. Yeah, Izuchi is just very, very average, you know? Just, he's there, okay? Cerejos. Cerejos and like Tigrex. I'm gonna move them up. Okay, so what is the problem with these two guys? Cerejos is... he has too many issues, man. He has too many issues. Cerejos had got some cool new tricks in its moveset. I remember when I was making Cerejos videos, I always say the same thing, but Cerejos, the first time you fight him in this game, is so cool. I love the whole like aerial like skateboarder thing of Cerejos. It's just so cool. He's decently fast. Doesn't touch a lot. He has some threatening moves, but the rest is just so bad. He has just so much shit that's so bad with him. He's made of wet pepper. I've said this before. Cerejos is so weak. He has one of the lowest HP pools in the game for some reason. Tobi Kadashi has more health than Cerejos. Cerejos has very, very generous hit zones. If you topple him, he stays down for like 15 seconds. If you break his wings or if you damage his legs. 15 seconds. Down. He can do anything. I didn't want to talk about like gear, but I still have to mention it, but Cerejos' gear has been fucked up. Sunbreak is a G rank game, or master rank game, whatever you want to call it, which means that Cerejos should have had his sedition path of weapons in this game. They should have had the sedition look, not the what are the others called? I forgot. I keep forgetting what they're called. Guys, what is the name of the Cerejos weapons? Like the low rank and the high rank ones. I keep forgetting. Oh, whatever. Okay, but you know what I mean. They have two appearances, the low rank and high rank one, and they have a G rank one, which is the sedition path, the sedition ones. And they didn't give these to him in this game. And they removed the sharpening thing and the reload thing on the weapons. So it just got gutted. I don't know why they hate this monster so much. Cerejos could be so cool. Especially if they gave him a variant or a subspecies. My idea for a subspecies of Cerejos or variant was always like a Cerejos that has all of its front-facing scales facing backwards and his own facing forward. Like just a completely reversed scale Cerejos with like some new tricks. It would be cool. That's my idea for a variant at least. And he's like very pissed off, of course, because he's a variant, so of course he's gonna be pissed off. Very angry. Oh yeah, I forgot. The scales he throws at you in this game are so much weaker than the ones in previous games. They are not threatening at all. They do not explode anymore, which was the one thing that was annoying about his scales. The fact that they could explode and give you bleeding. And they just completely removed that too. So yeah, it's pretty sad. Pretty sad for Cerberus. T-Rex. I think you guys know my history with T-Rex. I hate this monster. I think he's hot garbage. They're doing nothing to improve this monster. He's exactly the same he's always been. He's a fucking... He's a flagship and they're just not doing anything with it. Like, I don't know why they keep doing the charge. Just fucking charge, bite, charge. It's so annoying. If they need to change that. Like, I do not care about this monster until they do something about it. This fucking dog shit. Yeah, I should put him in bad, but he's still a flagship and he can still like fuck you up, so I'll keep him there, I guess, like in the average tier. Puke. Okay, Puke has some things great for it in this game. He's slightly harder than he used to be in WoW. Something that I find cool about Puke is that when he's exhausted, he's one of the very few monsters in the game that when exhausted still has access to his projectiles. He can still throw poison at you even when he's exhausted, which is cool. You like T-Rex as a monster, but the best species in Rise really should have kept some of the brute T-Rex variations with the sonic attacks. Yes, exactly. I don't know why they don't give him some moves from his subspecies to make him more interesting. They also slowed him down. I forgot to mention that. They slowed down T-Rex so much for some reason. Same as Rajang. It's very strange. Okay, so Puke. Very average fight, right? He's like he's a bit better than Ratson, even though these two have a lot in common. Not as much in Rise, they changed that a bit, but I don't know which one is better actually. I'll put Ratson in front. Because Pookie is still like very weak. There's one more guy I want to put in here. This guy. Bishaten. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you guys even care about Bishaten? Simple question. Like, genuinely, is there anyone here who remembers particular memories of fighting Bishaten? Or like cares about his moveset or his look or... You don't care about him as a filler fight? Yeah. The most forgettable monster in the whole roster? I gotta agree. This is how I feel about Bishaten. It's just... There's something wrong with this monster. He's a mid-game fight like some Nakenth. They are like the same tier, but... I don't know, Bishaten is so awkward. His moveset is really poor, in my opinion. Like the whole fruit thing, when he throws fruits at you, is like, okay, like it's cool ecology-wise, you know, but... Dude, I don't even know what to say about Bishaten. He's just... very average monster. It's very strange. I don't know how I feel about him, honestly. I'll put his brother in B. I think Bob is a bit better, but at the same time, I don't get this monster. I don't get why we needed a fire-breathing monkey. Because, like, what makes this monster evolve into this? Like, where does the fire organ come from? How does this thing even fucking breathe fire? How does he make explosions? How did... The whole thing is, like, so weird. Why did Bishatin get a fire subspecies? I would need to read on this guy to know what it comes from, but the fight itself is better. Definitely better. Actually, I'm gonna put you in average. Okay, this is a good spot. He's a bit better than Bishatin by a good margin, but he's still very forgettable. Afflicted Bob can be a pain, actually. Afflicted Bob can be really annoying. He has good tracking. His explosions are actually fairly big. He deals a lot of damage. But yeah, it's the same deal as Bishatin. This monster has something lacking. I don't know. He's not very interesting. Alright, let's get to the good tier. The crabs. Diablos. Engineer. Bazookas. Okay, let's start with these guys. Okay, so the crabs are fine. The fights are not crazy, but I want to put them in B because they are just very unique monsters. The only thing I dislike about them is that we keep getting them. If that makes sense. I wish we got like more crabs. I wish they gave us like just new Carapacians. It's always these two, which is a bit annoying sometimes. But I like them. But like, okay. Shogun. I think they gave bleeding to Shogun in this game, right? Shogun didn't have bleeding in 4th gen, right? Or am I forgetting? They gave him bleeding in GU? Okay. Well, the bleeding thing about Shogun can be tough to deal with. Even though bleeding is not that much of a big deal in Sunbreak. Maybe I'll put Ermitor in average actually. I keep him there. I think that's a fair spot. Diablos, I wanted to put in average. Because Diablos is the same deal as Tigrex. The problem with Diablos is that it's the same thing. He's like a Gen 1 monster. Or Gen 1, Gen 2 monster. Very average monster, very poor moveset. He's definitely better than in Monster Hunter World, where he had like 3 moves. Not even a joke. I think Diablos in Monster Hunter World had 3 moves. Mid versus mid, for sure. But I've grown to like Diablos in Sunbreak. Afflicted Diablos can be a pain, and actually be hard. It deals a lot of fucking damage. A lot of full body hitboxes. Honestly, I want to keep Diablos there, like at the bottom. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put Diablos at the bottom of B because I don't want to crowd the average too much. So for now, he's gonna be there. Or maybe. Okay, it's my weird personal bias to like Diablos now in Sunbreak, because I fought him so many times, but Diablos with longsword is fun, yeah. I've made a few longsword runs with Diablos. Okay, he'll stay there for now, and maybe I'll put him in average later when we finish the list. Let's see, I'm gonna put the rest there before I talk about them. Nagakuga. Berioth. Zainuka. Gormakara. Almidron. Mizu. Both Nabos. Volcano. Let me order this a bit. Xanaga. Okay, let's talk about Anjanath. Anjanath, I think, was portrayed better in Monster Hunter World, but his fight is better in Rise, if that makes any sense. I'm really biased about Anjanath because I actually really like this monster. He became my favorite brute Wyvern. The thing I like the most about Anjanath that I've talked about before is that this monster could have been a Gen 1 monster. That's how I feel about him. Anjanath has like the right design to feel nostalgic, to feel like he could have been there since Monster Hunter 1. He has a very quote-unquote grounded design, like the right amount of weird, you know, with the sails and his big nose. I just really like him. I like his moveset. I like that he's not huge. It's not like massive like Uragan or Deviljho. It's just slightly bigger than Berioth. That's good. Could use a better moveset. Could have taken some things from Fulgur and Anjanath, especially. But I think Anjanath is just a solid monster. I know a lot of people don't like him much, but I think he's fine in this game. Nagakuga, same problem as these two. But Nagakuga like has a few more tricks, I guess. It's just the same, you know. It's just the same fight, always, and it gets really annoying. I don't know why they keep doing that, but whatever. But I think Nagakuga is at least better than these two, so I'm gonna put him there. Almidron. Okay, let's talk about Almidron, guys, because I know, but at least 90% of the chat right now fucking hates this monster. And you know what? I don't care, because Almidron is peak. I think the best thing about Almidron is how it's one of the few fights in the game very few fights in the game that makes you use your wire bugs when your weapon is shielded. He's a very interactive fight. I love how he creates these pillars of mud, or like the little stumps, and you can use those to avoid his attacks. He's like probably one of, if not the most interactive fight in Rise. There's so much going on in this fight between you and Almudron, is what I mean. Because he moves around a lot, he creates all of these platforms. It's just fucking really solid monster. The design is good. I like how he has, you know, when Almudron was announced, when we first saw Almudron, I'm not kidding. I thought this monster was gonna be an Elder Dragon because of his face. I don't know. He just struck me as an Elder Dragon, and also because he has some weird powers. The way he can just create like all of these mud explosions and pillars and shit around him is almost Elder Dragon level of power. You know, what reminds me, Almudron is like he's like quote-unquote the final boss of Village in Monster Hunter Rise 2. I think you fight Almudron as an urgent quest, I'm pretty sure. So, there was a lot of hype for me around this monster. That made me feel like he was tough, you know, he was hard. And he is hard. He's big, yeah, that's true. He's very big hitboxes. I love the ball thing when he gets a ball, like a basketball with his tail. It's really fucking cool. So yeah, I know a lot of people don't like him, but I think Almudron deserves a spot in good mostly. Basilgeuse is good. Much better than it was in Monster Hunter World. My problem with Basilgeuse in Monster Hunter World was that it had like 3 moves. Extremely small moveset. Very predictable. The first time you fight Basilgeuse, you're losing your shit. Everyone was fucking terrified of this thing. It's like Deviljho type terrifying. But after you learn it, it's like just average, but it's still an interesting monster, so I'm pretty it can be. And it's much better in Monster Hunter Rise. They did a lot. I think this monster is so much better in Rise, so he's good. He's good. The Narwhals, I don't even know what to say honestly. I think these monsters are just so uninteresting. Our Mother Narwa has its difficulty going for it. I'm gonna pump her a bit. Our Mother Narwa is really hard. This monster can actually fuck you up because she has such a wide moveset. But regular Narwa is like I never cared about regular Narwa, man. It's just so ugly too. The ball sack thing just never gets out of your head. Berioth is good. Very solid monster. Acts a lot like a flagship, in my opinion. I like Berioth a lot. It's just good. Just good monster around. Fast. Good tricks. The wall jump. The tornado. The infamous hip check. Yeah, I think Berioth is the most interesting of the pseudo wyverns. I think he's more interesting than Nagakuga and Tigrex especially. I think he's cool. Mizutsune is a solid monster too, solid flagship fight. They did a bit more with it than the other flagships. I like that this monster was in the demo of Monster Hunter Rise. Slower than it used to be. which is a trend that I really hate with these games, is that since 5th gen, like all of the monsters that used to be like steroid fast are now like much slower, which is a shame because I think Mizu could have benefited a lot from being a bit faster in this game, in my opinion. But they didn't do it, so whatever. Zynaga is just good for me. Almost average, I could put him there, honestly. Cool moveset, but the problem is it takes too long to see that moveset. That's the problem I hate about lightning monsters, is how they have that whole amped up gimmick that just ruins them. Because when Zynaga is not amped up, he's just not interesting. He charges, he slams, maybe a spin here and there, but just nothing interesting, and you have to wait for him to get amped up to actually get a good fight. And the fight is good. It's okay in Rise. I like the new moves. I like the claw uppercut. I think that's one of the coolest moves they've given to Zynaga. Gormagala is weird for me because Go is like 2 steps forward and 1 step forward and two steps back. What I like about Go is that they removed his front leg's weakness. That is the best thing they did to Go. And then the 2 steps back is that we also made him much slower, especially when he goes frenzy. We made him taunt a bunch, and we gave him a topple when you damage his head, when he's in frenzy mode. You see what I mean with 1 step forward and 2 steps back on this monster? It's a bit sad, but he's still a solid fight. Velkhana. Okay, does anyone remember Velkhana? Velkhana is in Sunbreak. Do you guys even remember that this thing is there? Velkhana disappointed me in Sunbreak. It's way better in Iceborne. I think Iceborne Velkhana is an average fight, but I think that the problem is Arc-Tempered Velkhana is so good, and they didn't keep that up with Sunbreak Velkhana. She has a weird moveset. She taunts a lot. She's slower. I don't know, like there was a way they could take Arc-Tempered Velkhana and make it like just slightly easier without ruining this monster. She's just there's something wrong with this monster, aside from it being in Sunbreak. I think I would have wanted Namiel in Sunbreak more than Velkhana personally. I don't know, this is how I feel about this monster. There's probably a few more I can put there. Aurora Somnacan. Put you there. Aurora Somnacanth is... It's so hard, so hard. This monster is ridiculously hard. I don't know why. They took Somnacanth and they were like, okay, you know what? The sleep thing does not work because players are just using sleep resistance. So we're gonna take Somnacanth. We're gonna give it red eyes because we want it to look pissed off. And we're gonna give it like the highest damage into this fucking game. With like a bunch of really big hitboxes. And we're gonna make it faster too. Aurora Canth is just so stupidly difficult, especially when it's afflicted. I think when I was doing my first grind of Anomaly in Sunbreak, the one affected monster that gave me the most trouble, me and my friends, when we would play online, was Aurora Somnacanth. This monster is fucking stupid. It's genuinely really hard. I could bump her actually, just for that, honestly. I'm gonna put you above. Yeah, above this. That'd be good. Let's see. Is there anyone else for the good tier? Guys, Magom? Magom is just good for me. I think this monster had a lot of potential. But he feels more like a victim than a final boss. Like the whole introduction of Magom takes a lot of fright away from this monster. How can I explain? You know when you fight Magom for the first time, like when it's revealed? There's like the whole bot thing, the cutscene with the bot and the Dragonetta and all. And it just makes Magom look weak. And the fight is just not awesome. The ballista sequences are actually shit. I hate them, they are so bad. His moveset is just okay, it's just a physical brawler. I don't know, I feel weird about Magom, honestly. I think the coolest thing about Magom is his icon. I think his icon looks fucking badass, it's fucking awesome. But the monster itself is just... not that good. Could have been better, seriously. I should put Raging in good. I could see it. Yeah, we'll put Raging in good, why not? Raging is okay. I think everyone knows what's wrong with Raging. But just really slow, inexplicably slow. Moveset was kind of gutted, in my opinion. I wasn't asking for him to be as crazy and annoying as he was in Monster Hunter World. But the way they completely nerfed him for no reason. Like, if I could talk to the devs, I would ask them why they nerfed Raging so much. Like, what was the point exactly? Because I can't really get it. Maybe it was just to make Rajang like approachable for new players, especially players on the Switch. But I don't know. The fight is a bit better in G rank, in Master rank, sorry, but it's still not incredible. So yeah, I would put him in good. Maybe above somewhere in here, somewhere there with these guys. Okay, let's get to the great tier. Kosara, Pathros, Spinas, Shara, Astaros. Also, I didn't say it, but keep in mind that this tier list takes into account afflicted versions of the monsters. Fast tracks. Toby. Emilios. Dosra. Magmadron. Apex Diablos. Okay, let's see. I'd probably bump some guys there. I think Mizu could go in great. Okay, let's talk about some of these guys. Toby. Toby is an interesting monster. I like how they buffed him in Rise. Very stupidly bulky monster. Has so much HP. It's fucking insane. Hits hard as fuck. Deals Thunderblight. Very agile, very big it boxes. Very unique monster. There's absolutely nothing in this game that's anywhere close to the uniqueness of Toby. Like, I mean, like by comparison. Because like you have brutes, you have flying wyverns, you have the spiders, you have the crabs, you have the elders and shit, and then you have Toby. Toby is a very unique fanged beast, a fanged wyvern, sorry. And I like him a lot. I think his fight is good. Very underrated monster in my opinion. Like in the sense that he is harder than he seems to be. I like how they bumped his threat level compared to World. Isn't Raknak Alaki more unique in Rise than Toby? Yeah, of course. But Toby is Toby, okay? I think this monster is great. I love him. Okay, Mizu we already talked about. Magmadron. I do not think that Magmadron is an improvement of Almedron. I'm gonna say that straight away. This monster is not an improvement of this one. I think he's just his own thing. They are just almost completely different monsters. Magma Almedron does his things, and then Almedron does his own. But I do not think that he's a improvement of a regular Almedron. He's a bit faster. There are some interesting things about his moveset compared to Almedron. When Magmadron attacks, he has some weird speed shifting during his animations, which can make him like tricky. He has a lot of big hit boxes, the lava is annoying. His ultimate is cool as fuck. The fact that he has much better hit zones than Almedron is good. I will agree to that. He's also smaller, because I think they just understood the problem with one of the problems with Almedron was its size. So they just said fuck it and we'll make it smaller. Great Monster, same thing as Almedron, very interactive. I like the big blocks that he spawns for you to stand on, except they can explode, so you can stand on them like indefinitely. There's one thing that I do not like about Magmadron though, is that this monster is stupidly scripted. This monster is so scripted it hurts. He is so scripted. Everything Magmadron does is very easy to see from a mile away, because his fight is very scripted. He always does the same things, like in the same order, which it's kind of a negative point for me, personally, when a monster becomes too predictable, but he's still okay. Astalos. I think Astalos is a bit better than Zanaga, because he is faster, he is more dangerous, his moveset is overall a bit bigger, I think. What I do not like is that, same for like a lot of these monsters, they made it so that he flinches and topples when you like damage his electric parts. Astalos can be a menace. Afflicted Astalos can be really hard. Not an easy monster. Magmadron has 69 ultimates. Astalos' moveset isn't bigger than Xynaga's? Maybe I'm remembering that wrong then. It's probably just about the same, I guess. But I think that overall Astalos is a bit better. He charges faster. You can immediately fully charge him with a Shock Trap, I think. Which is one big plus for me, as a speedrunner at least. But Astalos is good. Very cool monster. Yeah, it takes longer to see Xynaga's full moveset compared to Astalos. Astalos can be really dumb though when he's not amped up. He is so stupid. Like genuinely, he's actually... I was gonna say a bad word, but he's really fucking stupid. The only thing he does is the headbutt. It always makes me laugh. He does the headbutt and the wing slam. Like that's the only thing he does. It's really funny at times. But when he's charged, he's fine. Okay, Gosarag. I'm gonna bump you. Yeah, Gosarag is cool. Gosarag is, I think, for a lot of people, Rise their favorite monster in Rise. Awesome monster, very threatening. Deals a ton of damage. Some really cool animations, very unique. He's the best BA monster we've ever gotten, and that's something I really wanted for many years. Like an evolution of the BA skeleton from the other three, sorry. And they did it with Gosarag. They fucking delivered, because this monster is awesome. I love him. I don't know, everyone loves Gosarag. He's just really, really solid fight, really strong. Some cool as fuck animations. Stupidly unique, like a lot of things in Rise, honestly. Like all of the roster in Rise was really unique, but Gosarag was something else, man. Espinas. Espinas is great, but I feel a bit indifferent toward this monster sometimes. Like just a bit. Espinas is nice, but still feels too much like your average flying with wyvern fight. I think that's my problem with it. You grow tired fast of the flying wyverns. And yeah, I don't know, honestly. Well, I wish we didn't get Espinas in Sunbreak and we got some more interesting monster from Frontier. I mean, having Espinas is good, I'm not saying, but I don't know, I just feel very indifferent towards this monster sometimes. Rathalos, I didn't forget you. Rathalos is awesome. Rathalos is amazing. Everyone agrees that Rathalos' best iteration is Monster Hunter Rise. Awesome monster. Tough. Cool fire breath attack. Cool new moveset. Still flies a lot, but not as much. Still easy to hit in the air, which is good, especially in Rise. Just one of the best glow-ups in the series. Simple as. Very, very, very solid monster. And what I like about Rathalos especially is that well, you know how I was just saying that I would grow tired of flying wyverns like Espinas? I don't know, Rathalos' moveset in Rise and Sunbreak just keeps me on my toes, man. It can still be a menace. I just like the glow up, honestly, it's very cool. Verstrax. Oh, sorry, Crimson Glow Verstrax. Good moveset. Especially in Sunbreak, I like the wing stabs in the air. But too many issues dragging this fight down. He's much slower than he used to be. The taunts, so many taunts, man. This game loves the taunts. And the chest weakness. Like, the chest weakness is just too much. I don't think like every weapon can get the chest weakness like 3 times in a row. And like something like Hammer or Great Sword, I guess. But the chest weakness on this monster is just too much. It just ruins it. But it's still Verstrax, you know, still cool as fuck, still good moveset even if it's slower, but so I'll still keep him in A, in grade. Apex Diablos is a travesty. Because Bloodbath Diablos is one of the best fights in the entire series. And yeah, Diablos is like a cheap copy, but still a decent fight, much better than regular Diablos, obviously. I like that he has no good hit zones except his head and maybe his tail, but I might be forgetting about that. Problem is with Apex Diablos is that it has nowhere near the same amount of patterns that Bloodbath Diablos had. The only thing Apex Diablos takes from Bloodbath Diablos is like the super moves. The super charge, the super spin, and the big explosion. But the patterns are not there. He just does these moves like actual ultimates, you know, like just randomly. Whereas Bloodbath Diablos was just so much more threatening because he could do like anything at any moment. Dude, he was fucking crazy. Like, to give you an idea, I played GU like 4 times. Okay, I played XX on the DS, on the 3DS. I played XX on the Switch. I played GU on the Switch, and then I played GU on my emulator. And I think it took up to at least GU, like endgame of GU, when I've played this game for like already like thousands of hours, to see Bloodbath Diablos like do one pattern that I had never seen before. That's how many patterns that thing had. And unfortunately, Apex Diablos is just cheap compared to that. Okay. Camellios. Camellios is solid. A vast improvement over 4th gen Camellios, which was just trash, in my opinion. Good moveset. I do like that they made his front legs a bit weak to damage. That was a good change in my opinion. The rest very resistance. Yeah, Camellios is solid. I don't have a lot to say about him. He's just, you know, he's a good Delta fight. Before we talk about Kushara and Teostra and then get to the other thingies, I'm gonna go drink some water because I'm super tired. I'm not tired, but my voice is like cracking. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Um, Kushiradara. I think you guys know what I'm gonna say. Kushiradara is the same as Rathalos. Amazing blow ups. The best iteration of this monster. Really good fight. Still flies a lot, but gives you a lot of openings to deal with him. I like the tornado patterns in this game. They are so much better than what he had in 4th generations. Much better than Monster Hunter World. World Kushiradora is just so. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, just thinking about it gives me a headache. But yeah, Kushiradora is good. I like the new dragon attack. That's awesome. I love that. Because all of these have latent dragon powers, but they gave it to Kushiradora in particular, and I really like that. Teostra, my favorite monster. Great fight. Better than in Monster Hunter World. Better than in 4 generations. Could be a bit faster, could be a bit stronger. But the moveset is solid. It's just your average Teostra, you know? It's just good, you know? I don't have a lot to say about him. I think he deserves to be at the top of his tier. Okay. S tier. Let's get to S tier. Hmm. Seizing Basilius goes better. I'm not gonna rank the regular resin monsters. I'm just gonna put the uh, X versions directly in the tier. Um, you. All right, let's order this a bit. Oh, music is gone. Hang on. Okay, I'm not gonna order this much. I think this is good as is. Let's start with Ibushi. Look, I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, it's my bias. Yeah, it's my favorite monster in Rise after Magnamaru. But I think Ibushi is fucking awesome. Just looks amazing. Amazing introduction, even if it's in a Rampage quest. Interesting moveset. Very easy, but what I like about Ibushi a lot is that he's an easy Elder Dragon, which is something that doesn't really exist in this series, and I like that a lot about him. Izuchi is just Ibushi, sorry, is just such a dude. Unique doesn't even begin to describe it. Rise did so good when it comes to the roster. It's crazy. Ibushi is peak, yeah. Great monster. Like he really leaves a lasting impression in my opinion. Compared to Nawa. I don't know, I think he's just cooler. Tetranadon, gonna put you above Aknosam. Aknosam, the only reason why Aknosam is here is because of Master Rank Aknosam. Okay, maybe I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it, hang on. I might be pushing it a little bit. I'm gonna put it. Yeah, I'm pushing it. I'm gonna put Aknosam here. Aknosam is good. It's solid. This thing's AI is incredible. I feel like no one really notices it. But Aknosam's AI is insanely good. It's actually crazy. I know it looks weird to have Aknosam above these guys, but I don't know where to put it, honestly. Because Aknosam is genuinely very, very interesting monster in Master Rank. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I have trouble placing you, but I'm gonna keep Aknosam there. I think that's fine. Tetranadon. Peak. Peak. He's not in peak, but he's peak. Tetranadon is amazing. Oh my god, this monster is so good. Generic Tetranadon even more. Fucking insane. Like, where do I even begin with Tetranadon, man? Great fight. Amazing design. Amazing animations. The fucking animations in Rise are so crazy, dude. Tetranadon has like everything completely unique to it. So many unique animations, so many cool moves, so much personality. But something I haven't talked about so far, personality. I take that into account. Tetranadon has so much personality. Out of this monster, I think he's amazing, so yeah, he's there. Garangolm. Garangolm. Very unique French beast. I love him, very unique compared to, say, Wajang and Blanconga or Congalala. That's basically the most unique French beast we've ever gotten. Alongside Gosarag. I think Gosarag could be a bit higher actually. I'm gonna put Gosarag here. No. I'm gonna put Gosarag in S. I'm gonna put them together because amazing French beasts, really unique monsters, really unique fights. Garangom looks cool. The arm gimmick with the elements is a bit weird. I don't know how they can justify it because it makes no sense, but I like him a lot. I like that he has a final phase, or like a second form. My only problem with Garangon is that he has weird tracking. It's very easy to stay under him. It's easy to mess with his tracking too. His size doesn't help with that too, because he's so big that sometimes he tries to slam you, especially in his final phase. But sometimes he just misses you because he's just so big. He just goes forward, you know, like you know these slam attacks with the two fists that Garangon has. He just goes forward, but he can't go back. He can like do a 360, so he just completely misses you. It's kind of weird. But I still think he's a great monster. And Nagaron is awesome. Cool fight, very threatening. One of the best bipedal monsters in the series. Azad Lunagron is awesome. That's one of the reasons why I'm putting him there too. Because if Azad Lunagron didn't exist, I think I would put him there, like somewhere here. But Azad Lunagron does exist, so he goes there. And I wish that when you did like a special investigation of Lunagaron, he would be the Azad version, you know, instead of like the regular one. That would have been really, really nice in my opinion. In a White's Twitter comment section, someone said that Shatakaboy is the third ever amphibian, and you corrected them saying that Tetranodon is actually the third. They said that Tetra doesn't count? What? Rise isn't canon? Excuse me? Oh my god, I'm not even gonna get into this topic, man. Some people don't deserve Monster Hunter. Exactly. You know what? That's a good explanation. Figures Raging, next to Seizing Basilgus, good variants. They are much better when they are afflicted, because they don't have their head and tail weakness. Very good. Seizing Basilgus is actually decently hard. It's really fast. Sometimes you don't notice it, but Seizing Basilgus is actually really fast. I like that, because good fast monsters are good. Furious Rajang is solid. Good moveset. Good openings. You still have to hit his head, which I like. He has no tail and he has no back leg weakness. They kept that from Monster Hunter World, so that's good. Solid monsters, both of them. Apex, Rathalos, and Apex Rathan are good. Apex Rathalos has a great moveset, which is then borrowed by Silver Rathalos. Very solid moveset, very threatening. I think Apex Rathalos is like the scariest looking Apex monster. Very cool, very can be decently hard because Apex Rathalos has like no great hit zones except his head. And I think his head isn't even like a weak point until you break it too, so similar thing for Apex Rathalos. So very good monster. Apex Rathalos is good because I like Dread Queen Rathalos a lot. Any version of Rathalos that makes the fight more interesting is good to me. And in my opinion, Apex Rathalos falls here. God, Rathalos is good. A bit better than in Monster Hunter World in my opinion. These two are solid, they are amazing fights. I don't have a lot to say about them. Just very solid, not much to say. They are the Metal Wrath, right? They are pretty much always good fights. Except in third generation, fuck them. Shagaru Magara is good. Good glow up. I like that they just completely dished the fucking pillows. The RNG pillows, that shit was so bad. You know, I haven't fought regular Shagaru Magara in so long. Sunbreak. I genuinely cannot remember the last time I fought this guy. I think the last time I fought regular Shagaru Magara was in my permadeath streams. Like that's probably the last time I fought him. Which is what, like 1 year ago? More? But good monster. Better than Go, that's for sure. Yeah, he's solid. These two Apexes are awesome. Apex Mizutsune is great. I love his ultimate. His ultimate is one of the coolest ones. I just love the whole like Harlequin theme of this monster. I really wish they had armor. I really wish these guys had armor because Apex Mizutsune's armor would have looked so good with the purple and the red and the dark blue. He looks like a zombie. That's one of my favorite things about Apex Mizutsune. It looks like a revenant Mizutsune. I think his moveset is good. It's a mix. It's mixed with some Soul Seer stuff. Soul Seer was much harder, but Soul Seer also had more generous hit zones when he cuts his claws and tail with the liquid snake. But Apex Mizutsune only has his tail and his head, I think, as weak points. And the tail, it's only when he's enraged, I think, so. Apex Zynoga is awesome. This monster does a lot of unique things that are not comparable to Thunderlord Zynoga, which I really like about him. He's like really his own thing, you know. Apex Zynoga is really unique. He is not a cheap copy of something that was before him. So I like that about him a lot. Ryzen Valstrax is weird for me because I am terrible at that fight. I put him there because he's an improvement of Ryzen Valstrax, who is just below. He is actually terrifying. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you remember my first encounter with this guy. I got my ass handed to me. And Ryzen Kushala is very good. It's an improvement of a monster that was already really improved, so he goes there. Enough said. S plus. Let's do this. Not here. Okay, S plus. What's all of them? Amatsu. Amazing fight. I say that a lot, but great fight. Incredible spectacle. This is the best spectacle fight in the series, in my opinion. They really fucking nailed him. I wish he had his own area to fight in. I wish he wasn't cut from Rise, because I have this feeling that that Amatsu was cut from Rise, but whatever. Great moveset, a lot of new cool additions. Insanely interactive fight. I love fights that are just like interactive, where you move like around, like all over the place. He's great. Recent Nagakuga and Recent Nagakuga is good. Really the only thing I dislike about Recent Nagakuga in this game is his appearance. I'm a big fan of how Recent Nagakuga looked in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, with like the golden, like rainbow-like underbelly, and they changed that. They made him like more like ghosty goo instead of like metallic, which makes sense because he's supposed to be like invisible and all, so he doesn't want like flashy colors, I would guess was the reason for the change. So I get it. But when it comes to the fight itself, it's great. Great fight. I don't know if the way they nerfed the spikes is a good thing or a bad thing. Because I think part of what made Recent Nagakuga so hard before was the annoying spikes everywhere. And they toned down that like a lot, which makes him like significantly easier. But the moveset is still an improvement. Like he has a lot of new moves. He has a frontier move from Blinking Nagakuga, White Nagakuga, enough said. That's already cool as fuck. Great patterns. The Hazard version is great, one of the best fights in the game. Some amazing patterns there too. And I think he's slightly faster as well. So yeah, Recent Nagakuga is great. Violet Mizusune is... I should fight this thing more, you know? It's been a while, I should make a new video on this guy, but... Violet Mizusune is great. Really dangerous. Some massive hitboxes, it's ridiculous. A lot of invisible hitboxes though, which I hate. This thing is the king in this game of invisible hitboxes. It's so weird. But the fight is great. I love his ultimate. I love how you can counter him. Like throw his own ultimate at him is so funny. Another very interactive fight because you have to stay in movement a lot. Because he moves so much. The bubbles have homing properties for some reason. I don't know how that works, but whatever. Great fight. Very, very solid. Okay, the big guy. Fucking Ryzen Chagro Magara. the hardest monster in this game. I should put him higher just because of that factor, honestly. This thing is so fucking hard, it's almost unfair. I say this because I only ever fought a Ryzen Shagaro Magara with the hammer, which is a fucking dog shit matchup. But this guy is so hard, he is so annoying. He has so many AoEs, and he is so fast. It's ridiculous. Like, this thing is like the true final boss of Sunbreak. More than Primordial Malzino. It is just so fucking ridiculously hard. It's really something. This monster is so hard, dude. I think this guy is harder than Arc-Tempered Volcana and Fatalis. I think he beats both. He's so much harder than both. What do you mean, really? What, are you guys serious? Dude, he's so much harder than them. He is so much harder than them. I'm not joking. Go do a special investigation, Ryzen Shagaro Magara, and tell me that that shit is not harder than Fatalis or Arc-Tempered Volcana. Do it. And tell me this guy is not harder. Okay, maybe not special investigation, but even like a level 301 will kick your ass, dude. This monster is crazy. Ryzen Teostra, I need to fight this monster more, actually. But, good improvement of regular Teostra. I like the new effects, especially on the X1. Good patterns. The thing I like the most about Teostra is that he's one of the best AoE fights where the monster is still interacting with you. When Teostra does his AoE moves, he's usually like running at you, or flying, or doing something, you know? He's just not sitting still. Except when he does the what do you call it, like the clouds around him. Obviously he's sitting still, but I think it's a great monster that has the perfect amount of the perfect balance between physical moves and AoE moves. Great monster overall. Flaming Espinas is fucking awesome. Not as funny as he was in Frontier, in my opinion. GHC Flaming Espinas in Frontier is one of the funniest fights ever. But Flaming is good. The high praise I give to Flaming Espinas is that he is a monster that counters a lot of like what do you call it, tanking strategies in Sunbreak. Because, you know, you have Bloodblight, you have Bloodright, you have Intrepid Heart, you have all of these skills and stuff that like allow you to tank the monsters and get your health back. And Flaming Espinas does not give you that. He will fuck your shit up because he has very little moves that can inflict with Bloodblight. He has a ton of chip damage, like so much chip damage. and he has the poison, he has the defense down, and his parts are hard to destroy. His own takes forever to break, so you can get like a blood right. It's crazy. That's the thing I like the most about this monster, is that compared to almost all of these, he is the one who will fuck you up if you try to go in and expect to tank his moveset. That's what I like about this guy. Scorn Magnamaro is... Where do I begin with this 4? I don't know where to begin with this 4, man. Okay, maybe I should talk about Magnamaro first before I talk about Scorn Magnamaro. Magnamaro is one of the best fights in the series. I know he's not very popular. I know people don't like his design. But I could not care less about his design when the fight is just so incredibly complex. When he has so many patterns. When he's just so cool. Like, Magnamaro is just nuts, man. Yeah, I guess it's weird that Magnamaro does not use his arm blades to fight. Yeah, I agree. It's only a thing for Scorn, which is weird. But yeah, now that you mention it, I never really thought about that. But yeah, Magnamaro is just peak. Like, I just... You guys just have to watch my videos, like the many videos I've made on Magnamaro, if you want to be convinced that this fight is one of the best in the series. Skull Magnamaro, on the other hand, I consider to be worse, slightly worse than Magnamaro, because he has the problem of being the variant with a big weak point that if you attack enough, will topple it. Which is a running thing among a lot of these monsters, and I don't like it. Because Magnamaro has the same thing, but it's much harder to achieve. And it's more complex. Whereas for Scorn Magnamaro, it's just his blade. You just attack his blades. Now, the thing is, I'm taking into account afflicted versions of the monsters in this list. Which means that you cannot topple Scorn Magnamaro. Except if you break him, like I did in that one video. Except if you break him, but... Taking into account the afflicted version of this monster, he's pretty much as good as a regular Magnamaro. Malzeno. In my last, the last tier list that I made, I put Malzeno in S. And I don't know if he should be in S or in S+, honestly. Maybe I'll keep him in peak. Because there is just so much work put into these two flagships that it would be unfair to have Malzeno lower than Magnamaro, honestly. I think Magnamaro is better, so I'm gonna put him above. But yeah, Malzeno is great. Amazing Yellow Dragon, very unique. Cool moveset. very threatening. Hits hard as fuck. Like, I'm getting to a point where it's hard to describe these monsters because they are just so good that I don't know where to begin. Except saying like, oh, they are just fucking amazing, you know? And then you have Primordial Malzeno, which I kind of want to move below Magnamalo. Dude, Magnamalo is just so incredible that I just want to put him at the top because he's just too good. Too good. Too good. And I think that he's better than... I don't know, actually. Dude, this is too hard to order. Let's... I don't know how to order these guys. I could do it up to this point, but between these four, it's so hard. I'll keep him there at the top. Primordial Malzeno, a lot of people like this monster. Really edgy, really cool, really difficult. He has some patterns that are just fucking crazy. Like sometimes you don't even know what to do against him. It's really, really hard. You know what's the scariest thing about Primordial Malzeno? It's not his last phase, and like what it is his last phase, but the scariest thing is when he's done doing his super scripted sequence. When he's done doing his scripted sequence, he starts acting normal, quote unquote. And when he does, it's rare to see. It's usually rare to see because usually he dies before it. But if you let Primordial Malzeno attack normally outside of his in his last phase, outside of his scripted sequence, he does some stuff that's just so crazy you don't know what to do. He has some fucking insane patterns that are just so weird that are just going to kick your ass. He is so dangerous. Like when I did my naked run on Primordial Malzeno with Hammer, I had some runs where I got unlucky with his area changes, and I got to a point where he was done doing his scripted sequence, and he started attacking normally, and he did some stuff that I had never seen before, and I was genuinely like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? How do I get out of there? How do I get out of this situation? It's so weird. And that's because when you let him attack normally, he uses the flying curios much more, and it feels like you're fighting two monsters, or like you're fighting Primordial Malzeno as well as some minions, you know, because you have to deal with him, and you have to deal with the curios that are like homing at you, like from everywhere. It's really, really fucking scary. Okay, let's take a look at the list. Let's see if there's some things I can change. The list is done. I think there's nothing to add here. So let's see what I could change real quick. You know what, Diablos, I'm sorry, but I need to set aside my bias. I think Diablos is still too average. I'm sorry. Amateur Daimyo, I think I'm gonna put him there too. Yeah, somewhere here is fine, I think. I'm gonna move up Almidron. I think Almidron deserves great. I put him next to the other one. Not one above the other. Like I said, I think these guys are just as good. So let's just act like there is no order there. Oh, not this. Hang on, I'm just picking music here. Give me a sec. What was I saying? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, Almidron. Yeah, no order between these two. I think Rethoros is a bit better than Espinas. I think Rethoros is better than Balstrax. Okay, maybe not. I might move Vaknosum down a bit. Because it's ridiculous to have it like above like so many of these monsters. I'm so conflicted on Arachnosome, man. I don't know where to put it. Because it does some things so much better than these monsters. But it's also not as, let's say, complex than them. Yeah, leave him at the end of Great, you're right. I think the Metal Wraths are a bit better than Shagaru. Or not, actually, no. Shagaru is definitely better than Apex Mizutsune, though. Dude, I don't know about Shagaru, because I don't remember the last time I fought him. It's so weird. Because I'm so used to this fucker there, but I don't know where to put this one. I'm gonna bump you guys a bit. The Negaron and Garagorm, I think, are good. Above these guys. Maybe above them too. I'm moving Gosaraga up because he's just too good. My favorite weapon against Gosarag, Heavy Bogan. It's great against him. Very, very adrenaline fight when you fight him with Heavy Bogan. When you fight him with Heavy Bogan, the way I do it, especially. Thinking of putting Arzuros in bad, Apex Arzuros in bad, because it's just very forgettable. I'll put him at the top of bad. Also, did no one notice? Did no one notice so far? I think I'll move Paya to B. B seems like a good spot for Paya Rock Nakadaki, I think. Okay, I think I'm done here. So let's get to the punchline. The best fight in 5th gen Monster Hunter. I mean, it's fucking hard to beat these guys. Like, it's so hard to beat these. And yet, you have this guy. Rising Camellios is the best fight in 5th gen Monster Hunter. It's better than Fatalis, it's better than Paolumu, it's better than Magnamalo, it's better than Arc Temple Volcana, it's better than Nagigante, it's better than whatever the fuck you can think of. He's just peak. Just, like, you know, this peak? And what's above peak? I don't know, you have God, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but Rising Camellios is just too good. Amazing visuals, amazing patterns, amazing use of AoEs. Amazing animations, amazing tricks. Just fucking, he's just all over the place. It's just... It's the same thing as with a lot of the monsters in this tier. He is so good that I don't know how to describe it. Alright. I think I'm done. I made this tier list, by the way. I made the icons, especially the X icons for the Ryzen Elders. But everything else is just from Kira Nico, so I'm gonna send it to the chat if you want to use it. Okay, how long did I take? 2 hours, Jesus, 2 hours for a tier list. But at least I hope I gave you guys good explanations for every monster, for why I would place them where they are on the list. I hope I didn't forget any of them. Pretty sure I didn't. So yeah, I think I'm done for today. Is there a way I can zoom out? So I can leave this before I leave. Okay, there we go. Alright, that's the list. Thanks for coming by today, guys. This was fun to do. I think I'm gonna do this again. Maybe for Monster Hunter World. A Iceborne Monster Hunter monster tier list would be fun to make. Because there would be so much shit in the E tier. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. But this was fun to do. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you had fun. Don't forget to like the stream. And if you want to join my Discord server, the link is in the description. Alright, good night everyone. Take care.